A 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the Stay in Your Lane show. We got a great episode and a very special guest tonight. Waiting for him to hop in here. We are expecting a living legend, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking world's fastest human. I'm talking former world record holder. I'm talking Olympic champion. I'm talking world champion. I'm talking relay Olympic champion. I'm talking about a champion on all levels. Lane. Oh, he's here, everybody. Mo!
My dog, what's going on?
Oh, man. Man, how you been, brother?
Dog, I'm good, brother. I'm still, making it. That's all I can do right now.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm about to give an introduction again. I was working on it. I've been practicing, so I'm about to give the proper introduction for greatness. Okay.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Stay in Your Lane Radio. Right now, we are tuned in. We have the former world record holder, one of the first men to ever run 9.79 or 9.7 anything. We got former world champion, not only for the 100, but for the 200 meters as well. We also got Olympic champion for the 100 meter, world's fastest man. And to me, I'm tired of saying former, so I'm just going to say world's fastest man, because to me, that's what it is. It's just each year or every 4 years is somebody new. So that's not former. That's something that has happened, and that is what you are. Please give a warm welcome, everybody, for Mr. Maurice Green.
What's going on?
Yeah, man. So how's life?
Hey, life is good. I'm still here, so hey, if I wake up, it's a great day. If I don't, then other people got problems. So
Nice. I just want to let you know, man, it has been an honor to not only run with you, but to learn from you, look up to you, to win with you, and then to see what you're doing. And so I had to get on here, and I'm just thankful that you gave me your time. You know what I mean? Because you don't normally give people your time. You got to be cool with Mo if he give you his time. You know what I mean? Your time is very valuable. So I'll get right into it, man. So who is Maurice Green?
I'm just a simple old guy. It's nothing much. I grew up in Kansas City, and I've always tried to stay, that same person that I grew up. So if people meet me, they'd be like, man, he's nothing like I thought he was going to be. He's just a cool cat. So that's
absolutely. Now, why do they call you the Kansas Cannonball?
You know what? That happened. That happened in a race. I was in England. It's just some English reporter just I don't know why he brought that up. He just gave me that name. Them English reporters, they always want to do something and act like they making up something. So that was him. That was him.
But I kind of like it. Do you like it? Do you like the name? I like it.
Oh, I mean, it's all right.
It's because when I heard it and I watch you do the drive phase, it looks like a ball rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it picks up speed. And once it hit the destination, there's an explosion. And you already did that. Speaking of explosions, what made you get the fire extinguisher when your shoes was on fire?
So me and my homeboy Larry, we was driving around the city, and I just got back from New York, and the meet was going to be in LA where we train at and everything else. And I was like, man, I gotta make this one a big one, man. Something gotta happen. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I just started started thinking, and I'm driving, and then I see an auto parts store on my left hand side. I just hurry up and then Larry like, "What you doing, man?" I said, "Look, I'm gonna go get a fire extinguisher, and when I fit, I want you to come out and spray the shoes." And he like, "Oh no, that is cold. All right, bet, let's do it." So,
Shouts out to Larry Wade, Coach Larry Wade.
That was actually like a week and a half before the race. I'm trying to think of stuff to do. This was a week and a half before the race. And I was like, man, I better run good because I can't be and not run well. So.
Just keep that fire extinguisher in the back.
Yeah.
But you always knew how to rise to the occasion regardless of how intense the moment was. You know what I mean? Now, what schools did you attend?
Well, I've never competed for a college though. So I went to Park College, and then I went to
I'm talking about high school.
I only went to one high school. I went to high school in Kansas, F.L. Schlegel High School.
Hey, shouts out. Come on, man.
My middle school was Coronado Middle School, and then my elementary school was Quindaro.
Okay.
So
cool. So when did you start playing sports?
I started playing sports when I was 8 years old.
And what was your first sport?
First was track. I started running track and field, and then I played football, and then I played 2 years. I played basketball, and I figured basketball wasn't my sport really. So
right,
I let them basketball players have that. But I love football and track.
Okay. So normally it's the other way around. Football players go to track. But you did track and then went to football and then came back.
Yeah.
Man, now, speaking of basketball, you know, we all got Michael Jordan, but everybody always say Mike wouldn't be anything without Larry.
Right.
Right. Now, we got Mo Green. Now, if we had that situation, who was the person in your family that was that Larry Jordan that pushed you?
I mean, I've always said my older brother, Ernest.
Okay.
Was that of me. I just wanted everything I did. I wanted to be better than him. I didn't care about nobody else in the world. I just wanted to be better than my brother.
Right.
You know, I see him getting on the news, you know, for playing football and on track and stuff. Him getting written up in the paper, and I was all world. I'm like, oh yeah, I want that, and I just wanted to be better than my brother. If I could do that, I'll get this stuff. So
nice. Man, that's cool. That's cool. So which coaches influenced you to keep going?
Well, I mean, really, I've only had two real coaches in my life, and that was Al Hobson and and John Smith. It's been a long day now.
I understand.
I mean, I wouldn't have done anything without those two. Those were two big mentors in my life. I owe everything to them too. You know, Hop took me from the start to the middle, and I would say John Smith took me to the middle to the end. So, they're the two guys that I credit everything to.
Two great guys that I love and truly respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, was it a lot of pressure running without a contract in the beginning?
I mean, of course it is. I mean, well, let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
I personally didn't go that long without a contract.
Okay.
But I mean, the things that you gotta go through, the things that you need to do, and the way you have to train without a contract, it's hard. You know. And, you know, then you get that pressure on you. Oh, I got to go run fast in order to get the contract, or I got to be doing this to get the contract. All of that stuff is on your mind. But when you have a contract, it eases that pressure off of you. Like, oh, I can pay my bills this month. And ease on a little bit to be free to go out there and train like you need to, because this sport is more mental than physical. Everybody on the line has just about the basic physical ability to win that race. Everybody whenever you see a race, especially a major race, everybody who lines up there has the ability to win. Now it's what are you doing with that ability that you got, that training and your focus and everything else. How does that come into play? And that's what it's all. It's more mental than physical.
So would you say that it's more stressful without a contract, or was it more stressful to keep a contract?
I think it's more stressful without one, because without it, now you got to worry about how am I going to pay this bill, how am I going to get to this place, how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that. But when you have one, it eases that stuff up a little bit, because some of those things take care of itself.
All right. Now, you know, I finally get the opportunity and the chance to ask you this, man. Before your race, you used to get into the zone, man, and you used to go side to side, and whenever you start licking your lips, it was a bad day for a lot of your competitors, including myself, man. Like, what was it? Was it the fact that how can I say it? Was it to intimidate your competitors, or was that just a way to let the ladies know, check me out, my LL Cool J, or was the lips chapped, or what was behind that, man? Because that was your game face. Whenever you was doing that, somebody was gonna get their butt whooped, man.
Really, it just happens with nervous energy. I can't stay still, so I got to keep moving around. Like anything is, I really don't know what I'm doing at that point in time. I don't know what's going to happen or anything. I'm not thinking about the competitors. It wasn't for the ladies. It was just getting in my zone.
Doing you.
Yeah, that was just it.
Oh man, I knew it, because I used to be on the side like, man, is he licking his lips, man? Is it like he treating us like we some meal and he's eating? You know what I
mean? That's what I was thinking. Like, hey,
yeah, I'm eating today. I'm like, man, how we gonna beat him, man? And then when you beat us, right, you stick the tongue out like, ah. Then that's when the fire extinguisher come out. No, man, but respectfully, man, I enjoyed everything you did as far as your antics, your interviews, and the way that you have put USA on top. Because before that, you know, Canada had kind of did their thing on us in that previous year, and you and Michael Johnson, y'all put us back up there. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
yeah, much respect.
Anything I did, it wasn't to intimidate my competitors or anything. I could care less what they was doing or what they was thinking. I wasn't even thinking about this.
You hear that? B. Lewis? B. Lewis said, I knew it. I knew it. B. Lewis in the chats, man. Shouts out to B. Lewis.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So, you know, I couldn't wait to ask you this one, man. How was your experience on Dancing with the Stars?
Now, that's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. You know, because, I mean, it's totally different from going to the club and dancing in the club,
right?
Or me being on the track. Now I got to learn this choreography. Mm-hmm. I got to step the right way, got to be in the correct posture and things like that.
But you was doing your thing. You was on point. Everything. You was doing it.
We would practice for like 13 hours some days. Just try, because I wanted to go and perfect it. And I want to do good. I'm up there working hard. So
right.
It's hard. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, but it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
You know, that's crazy, because I remember some of the contestants was going on tour.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine night after night after night of doing that. You know, I really respect that. But I always wanted to ask you, and when I was with you, we were battling in Japan. I don't know if you remember that, man. Yeah. And it was just you and me, and we were so outnumbered, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, hey, man, get us some of the moves from Dancing with the Stars. Now, do you still have those moves?
I still know them. So I hear them. I still know them, but that stuff is hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I give it up to all the dancers, man. That's real.
Nice. Now, as far as track and field, switching gears, what was your hardest workout you've ever done that you can remember?
I mean, it's so many of them. But I would say anything with short recovery time would kill me. Like we had workouts where John would only give us, 60 seconds to recover. You mean I
Woo.
right back 60 seconds and hit that thing like that, and then come and hit it again,
Yeah.
and then you hit it again. I'm like, man, I can't, man, this is woo. Anything with short recovery took it out of me. But I mean, it's not about, but that's where the learning phase come in, because you got to learn how to conquer workouts. And we might not be able to start it off, finish the way we started, but as you get tired and things like that, you got to focus more on the technical stuff to get where you want to go. And then it's not like it came to a point to where, all right, I don't have to run 2200s, or it's about, let's do it smart. Let's run this and have them all quality, and then we can come back tomorrow and do the same thing or work just as hard. It's about how many days can you get back to back working just as hard and trying to be as fresh as you can to get the good work in.
Nice. Nice. Now, what was some of your most like some of your challenges in track and field?
The challenges is, it really is like self challenges for me.
I mean,
It's especially at the end. But I mean, I would say at the beginning of when I first moved to LA, I mean, my head would be like in screwballs, because I'm trying to get everything that John Smith is saying. My head about to explode. I'm like, man, get all this. But I'm trying to get everything he say and do it all once. But then it came to a time, okay, pick one thing. Let's work on that one thing. Let's get that one thing. Now I can go to another thing and then work on that. So those things is just breaking down the terminology or the things that you're trying to accomplish. Because I mean, everybody is the same. The race pattern is different for everybody, because everybody got different levers. Arms is not as long. My leg, my inseam of the leg, all those things come into play. And when you're mapping out your race, you got to come up with a game plan of what works with you. Everybody's game plan might be similar, but everybody's can't be the same. That's why I see a lot of athletes try to coach all athletes one way. That's not going to work. You coach all athletes one way. Every athlete needs something different.
Right.
And that's what you got to find out, is what's best for you. And that's the thing. Those are the challenges that you come up with. And that's why I always say, especially when you start working with a coach, I say it probably takes a good 3 years for you and that coach to start gelling. Right. Because the first year, you don't know him, he don't know you. Y'all both getting to know each other.
Right.
I go through that year, y'all figure some things out. But then that second year, okay, your coach knows you, you know your coach. Now things will get a little bit better. But that third year is like clockwork. Y'all know each other. Y'all know what you need to do. You know what it takes to get you there. You know, things you can, the body and things like that. And that's what works best.
All right. Now, what was some of your biggest setbacks?
Well, the biggest setback is when I broke my leg. When I broke my
was that the motorcycle accident?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. I remember that.
But I mean, the best thing about that though is, I mean, after I broke my leg, the doctor told me, yeah, you broke your leg. I was like, nah, I couldn't have broke my leg, not me. But he said, for you broke it in the best possible place that you could break. That for you to break, it was the head of the fibula bone, and it was a break. And he didn't even have to reset it, so it reset itself. I didn't have to wear a cast or anything. So, it was a lot of speculation. Okay. What's wrong with where Mo at? And I wouldn't say anything.
Right.
Everybody was speculating, but didn't know for sure or anything else. But that was a major setback, because I didn't have no fall training. Didn't have no fall, didn't have a base. And then I was still able to come back to U.S. Nationals. I still won U.S. Nationals, ran 988.
Right.
With like 2.5 months of training. And then I didn't have nothing else. I was like, man, my mind was tired, my body was tired. I didn't have all the base work before, and I was like, I gotta shut this year down. This is it.
Man, that's great, man. So I know it was a bit of culture shock for you. What was that transition like when you moved from Kansas to Los Angeles?
Really, it wasn't that different though, because I wasn't at that time. I was so focused on trying to,
Break the world record and be the best in
yeah,
greatness?
yeah, like I always say, any place is as big as you want it to be. There's a lot of stuff to do in LA. You can go out every night. You can go do this. You can go do that.
Right.
But if you focus and your mind is set on, you don't have to do all. It can be as small as you want it to be. Because all I really did was go to practice, go home, go to practice,
Right.
go home.
Focused.
Yeah, I was just focused. And at that time, I didn't have that. I mean, I was just starting out, so I didn't have a lot of money. I was just making my ends meet, but
Right.
it was just all about, becoming the best.
Right. And you accomplished that too. Absolutely. So what was your favorite country that you like to visit? Like which country?
Oh man. I mean, I all of them are. I don't say all of them are good, but I really like the south of France. South of France is nice. And Cannes and Nice and things like that. It's just beautiful over there. Weather's always beautiful, and we always spent a lot of time there too. So, but going to England, being in England was nice. I like England. England always did me good. The weather seemed to be a little messed up, be a little cold and rain most of the time there, but we always had a good time in England.
Absolutely, man. Oh man. So how was your transition from being, greatness basically as a sprinter and then going into coaching? How was that transition?
Well, I mean, that wasn't that hard, because even as I was training, I was still coaching at high school. I would go give my time at high schools and stuff like that. I would be going to help out a lot of the time. So making that transition wasn't hard. It wasn't too hard for me. It was real easy to go into it, because I always like helping people, helping them get better and helping them, reach what they want to reach.
Right. Now, what was more fun? Winning the Olympic gold, being the world's fastest man, or breaking the world record?
Man, that's tough, because they both it's tough. I mean, but if I have to place one above the other, it would probably have to be the Olympics, winning the Olympic gold medal. But it's real close, that world record, because not everybody gets to do that. But you got some Olympic champions who never had a world record, but you got some world record holders who's never won an Olympic. So
absolutely,
you gotta take each one of them and have a special place in your heart for each one of them.
Cool. Now, when you broke 9.7, when you ran 9.79 and broke the world record, take us through that night. Did you get any sleep that night after that?
I slept like a baby that night. Like I'll tell you, like we went to Athens, right? And then as we there for like a week, and I'm like, man, this is nice. We went there before because the world champions was there the year before.
Right.
I had just won my first world championship medal there, my first world championship gold medal. And then as we was there, I'm like, man, this is great. But when I was there for the when I was there for the world championships, I was still learning my race a lot, not knowing everything 100%. When I went there for that meet, I was a lot more confident, because I was like, man, I done had a whole year, and now I know my race pattern better. I'm more comfortable with this surrounding. Like, I know what I need to do and things like that. And I was like, I ran good, but I could run faster if I had a chance. So I was actually supposed to only run the 200 at that meet, but that 2 days before, I called my manager. I was like, look, I don't care what you got to do. You got to get me in this 100-meter race because I don't know what's going to happen, but something's about to happen. And
you let them know it's something big about to happen.
I just want to be a part of it, though. I'm like, something's going to happen. I want to be a part of it.
Right.
Like, you got to do something.
Yes.
So he was like, all right, let me see what I could do. So he called the meet promoter and stuff like that. Like, look, Maurice want to run the 100, but you're not going to get 2 races out of them. You're going to get 1 because they ran prelims and finals for the 100-meter race.
Right.
And like, nah, you just going to run the finals. So they all run the prelim, and you going to come to the final.
You got a chance to rest a little bit. You had a chance to rest.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't care. So, you know, we warming up. I feel good that day. And as they getting ready to run the prelim, I'm just down there. I'm watching. I'm just watching everybody run. They get done running. I'm like, all right, now let's get ready. Yeah. I don't know what happened. My body felt good and everything else. But I just went into the race just wanting to execute it the best I possibly can and see what happens. And I executed that race and was able to run 9.79. And one of the best races I've ever ran. It wasn't perfect, but it was good.
The guy said it wasn't perfect.
Nah.
So you could have ran even faster.
Oh, yeah, I could have. I could have.
Man, that is, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have greatness right here on the Stay in Your Lane show.
Yeah.
Man. So okay. You dominated mostly. So this question is going to be kind of hard to ask, but I'm just asking. Do you feel you had any rivals? Because a lot of people believe Michael Johnson was your rival. Did you have? Yeah, right. You know what I know, but the people don't know. You know.
Well, it only came down to that because a reporter asked me, "Do I think I could beat Michael Johnson?" I was like, "Yes, of course I believe I could beat him."
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying I can't do anything.
Right.
So,
right.
So I mean, after that, me and Mike was cool until after they asked that question and I answered. So now he got to have to be it. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. But I'm not going to take a step back to anybody. I mean, you put on your just like I did.
That's right.
So
and it was great for sports. Do you think all that tension and all that? Do you think that's one of the reasons why you and him pulled that hamstring because y'all was really going for it?
No, I don't. I mean, I got hurt a couple of weeks before, and the most dangerous part in a 200 meters is that last part coming off the turn because you got those forces that you're dealing with off the turn. Your body is twerking and everything else, and you coming off of there and you trying to stay on the inside of the lane and trying to put out things like that. So I had kind of tweaked my groin before we got there, and I was able to get it healed up enough to 100. But then when we came to the 200, I mean, I was good. I mean, then the final, it just happened. Like we started, I went past them, and then coming off the turn, I felt my groin.
Yeah.
Just had to bow out.
Man, that was one of the biggest moments, other than you breaking the world record and winning Olympic gold. That was one of the biggest moments in sports entertainment. You know, because they showed you two bumping into each other and then grilling each other. I was like, ooh. And here it is. I'm in the damn race myself, but I'm like a fan because I seen y'all on TV when I was a kid. Like, yo, Michael Johnson and Mo, they bump shoulders. Yo, they about to fight. That was great, man.
I mean, it was a thing though, because I never wore glasses. Because I literally like to look my competitors in the eye and see what they think. And so I mean, it was just the time we both coming. So I'm not gonna look away first. I'm gonna let you look.
Y'all both alpha males.
Yeah, I'm gonna look dead, and I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes so you can see it.
Absolutely. So speaking of the 200, man, what inspired you to win and become the world champion in the 200? Because I always saw you as a 100-meter guy. What inspired you to do that?
Well, that year, me and Otto, we were always training, one of my good training partners. He had got hurt. He couldn't go and compete in the 200 because he was supposed to. I think he was trying to repeat his 200-meter goal.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I got it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do this double, and I'll win
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah.
And
Man.
they happened. I mean, it was a time where I just felt I had to step up and put in some more work to really try to. I've never really perfected the 200.
Right.
I mean, I was good at running it, but I didn't never perfect it. I never ran it. I never ran as good as I could. The 200 always gave me problems.
Right. But you know, you're one of the first. You're like probably one of the only people that won a world championship in the 100 and 200.
Well, in the world championships, I was the first to win the 100 and 200
Yeah,
meters.
yeah. I'm sorry, my bad. I knew you was one of the first people.
Yeah,
you are the first.
I was the first to ever do
it. So
yeah.
you were the first to do it before Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Man. DeMarco. Yeah, man. See, we're talking to greatness. And like I said, I know you got to go, but I just want to ask you a few more questions. Do you think professional track and field athletes should have a pension, like football?
Yes, yeah, I believe so. Actually, I was trying to work with USA Track and Field a long time ago, and to try to, I brought a company to them who was, help out and try to facilitate all the USA Track and Field athletes to have a pension and have a retirement fund and things like that. You know, the plan just didn't work out. So yes, I do believe that. I mean, it's tough for. I would say it's tough for Olympic athletes because we don't have a team to take care of us. You know, we're self individuals who are in a sport, and we have to take care of everything ourselves. So we need that help. We need that help for someone to come in and be with the group and be like, look, we have this for y'all. This is what you need to do, and this is what you should be thinking about.
Like a union.
Well, yeah, that or a major or the organization itself, USA Track and Field should do it, or the USOC, the United States Olympic Committee, should come together and do it for the Olympic athletes. But,
church.
We need something like that.
Church. Now, do you still have a sponsor?
I'm still sponsored by Adidas.
Man,
yeah,
man. What? Please teach the young athletes that are transitioning. What did you do to keep a sponsorship? And we know it's not running 979, but you have a lot of intangibles and you work hard. So please tell the young people what they need to do so they can continue to get sponsorship.
I mean, it's just about being available and, not making the company look bad. You gotta always be on your best, on your P's and Q's, I say. Just know that, stuff is bigger than you. Me, I just try to be myself, be the best person that I can be, help out as many young people or young athletes as I possibly can. And that keeps my name out there. I keep doing a bunch of clinics around the country, going to meet young athletes all the time, giving them knowledge and doing whatever I can.
Nice. Now, how is family treating you?
Oh, my family
life.
Yeah, my family is great. My wife is great. My kids are good.
Nice.
My youngest son, he's getting into sports a lot now.
That was my next question. Now, did your wife do sports or participate in sports?
Nah, she's more of a well, if you let her tell it, she'll be like, yeah, she ran track. She ran.
That's right. Hey, if she ran in high school, she ran.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So she's an athlete. So your kid's got genetics.
Yeah. Right. look at my face.
So your son is he running track?
He probably ran 2 races in 4 years of high school. But, no.
Well, nowadays you get a participation medal. So
Yeah. That's what she should have got.
So your son, he plays football. He runs track.
Yeah, he plays football. I'm about to start getting him in track, but he is a football. he's a football-minded guy. He just loves football. So,
man, I'm looking forward to seeing those wheels, the next generation of wheels, man.
yeah, he got some though. I tell him that, but he got something. You know, I just keep telling him, man, hey, you want it, you got to work for it.
Gotta keep working.
And no, you're not there yet. You're not that good yet. You got to keep working.
Now, who's your top 5, including yourself? So you only got 4.
Oh man, I mean,
yeah. I mean, we can't just. I mean, you your biggest. You know, you your biggest supporter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I will be number 1.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
But I mean, I look at the history of the sport and the things that athletes went through. You got to put Jesse Owens in there.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't. Track and field wouldn't be where it is if it wasn't for Carl Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you got to put Carl in there. Carl was ultimate at what he did.
Mm-hmm.
What Usain has done has just like changed the whole aspect of everything. One thing he's done was take out the belief of what a person can do. And especially when we were training, we always had a saying with no limits. We never limit ourselves of what we can accomplish. You can accomplish anything you put your mind to. So I would have to put Usain in there for that, for the limits. He just
okay. So we got you, Carl, Jesse Owens, Usain Bolt. We got one more. So you got you first, number 1.
Yeah.
Jesse Owens, Carl Lewis.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
And we need one more.
I would. I mean, I know he don't have a lot of accolades like that, but I mean, I personally would put Otto in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I never think I don't think Otto has reached what he could have reached either. So Otto was tremendous at a lot of aspects of the race, but he just wasn't able to pull it off.
Well,
but I
mean that's because you were there.
Wait a minute, hold on. Somebody's at my door. Hold on.
Okay, no problem. No problem. DeMarco. This show is sponsored by BW Pro Techniques. That is the ski mask I have on right now. They are available in many colors. All you got to do is just log on to www.bwprotechniques.com. And I'm also selling hoodies as well. I'm working on resistance bands. But yes.
My fault. All right.
No, that's good.
No, but I mean, that 5th spot, it could go to a couple of people though, because I mean, like right now, you think of, and especially like I always said, I was the greatest of all time. But in saying that, in saying that, it's the greatest of all time in your era, because what I did in my era surpassed everything who came before me. I did everything better than what Carl did, or what better than anybody else. And so now we're coming into another era. And it's really about like who's going to take it, because we really don't know right now. I mean, you got Christian Coleman who's coming back. You got Trayvon Bromell who's running well. And then you got Fred Curley, who left the 400 to come down to the 100.
Marvin
now every 400-meter runner is coming down to the 100, because Michael Norman is starting to run. He's saying he's gonna come, and so you know what? Hey, I'm gonna save this 5th spot, and then let's see how this whole year, these next couple of years play out, and
we can revisit. We can do another episode.
Yeah, who really deserves that 5th spot, because right now we're still waiting on who's going to take that and take this sport to another level.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is who's going to be dominant on a day in and day out basis. One thing to say about me Carl, Usain,
Right.
is in our era, we were dominant at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, you know, whenever somebody had to go run against Carl, they like, oh man, Carl has showed up. Oh, Maurice Green has showed up. And
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
posse. And then, you know, so it's tough. So we got to, and then Usain just took it to a whole nother level.
Right.
I mean, but you don't have a lot of 6'5" sprinters who's got turnover speed and who can start just like the rest of them.
Yeah.
That's something special to see. So
Yeah.
it's who, you know, who takes that next jump and to want to be the dominant force in the 100 meters.
Absolutely. Now, you know, this is one of my favorite questions. I couldn't wait to get this to you because I always wanted to know. What is your opinion about the drive phase and the toe drag?
I don't like it. Well, anything. One thing is when they start dragging their toe, they're missing the extension on that first step. Because anytime you dragging your foot, you're not getting that full extension that you want to. You know, I think a lot of people seen Usain and the stuff that he does, and his toe drags a little bit, but it only drags a little bit. If you see, he has his foot high up on the block, but he's 6'5", so he has to do things a little bit different than somebody else. So when he drives and he's driving that knee forward, yeah, his toe is going to drag a little bit, but then he pushes it back. But now we got people who's deliberately dragging their toe. So now you get that full extension, and now you don't get that full powerful step because you don't extend it all the way. So you don't get everything out of that first step. So, you know, it's to each his own. You know, somebody always try to look for something new, but don't look for nothing new. Look what works best for you.
Yeah. Now you're one of the pioneers of the drive phase. Who created the drive phase?
Well, I mean,
you're one of the first. Once you started doing the drive phase, everybody, including myself, started doing the drive phase.
It's all about what you're doing. It's all about the angles. Drive phase is about angles, being in a powerful pushing position. You know, it's actually delaying your acceleration a little bit, so it can push you further down the track. So now you accelerate further down the track. So now you hit your top end speed later. So now you hold on to it longer. So it's about if you can be in that position and hold it and be comfortable and still move through that position. But if you go look at Carl races though, look at what Carl, he might not have the position, but Carl was never up in the front at the top. He did that. He's pushing, and then but once he starts to accelerate and to pick up speed, it is tough to come down with that, man.
Yeah. I mean, so is it possible? Is it possible for one to be in the drive phase and still be upright?
Well, you're not in the drive phase if you're upright. You might as well get up and start sprinting then. That's not the drive phase. The drive phase is in a pushing position.
Power position, absolutely. Look, you know, I learned from the best, which is you. But I have this moment with you here. Greatness is here. So when the kids see this, they're learning about the proper way, because a lot of people think that they're in the drive phase and their bodies is already upright.
Yeah, you might as well get running.
Right. And then they want, but it's funny that they're running faster.
Well, that's just because time has changed. I mean, time has changed. Their bodies are different.
Do you think the shoes, those new shoes, have a lot to do with the way they're running?
Maybe so, but I've always said, as time progresses, man progresses. As man progresses, technology progresses. So now they got better track, they got better shoes. The training has a lot to do with it now. Like a lot of people train differently than they used to. It's not just about beating up the body every day. Now it's how can I come back and how can I work hard every single day and get the best out of every day. And that's what it's out. That's why people are running better. It's just the training techniques and training styles and, the knowledge that people have gotten. Now everybody want to see how they're eating right.
Right.
What you put in your body is what you're going to get out of it. So a lot of those things come into play when you think about the athletes that are coming up. Yeah, they're running faster. They're running faster now. But what if we'd have been doing the same thing at that? We'd have been running faster then. What would they be doing now? Like I always, if I knew the knowledge now that I had when I was in my prime, do you know what would happen to these boys right now? They'd be.
Well, you already destroyed us. It would be bad. It would be bad.
That destroyed them, man. Ain't no telling what would have happened.
Oh man, absolutely. Well, I got a few words for you. Word association. I'm gonna just say one word, and you just let me know what's the first thing that comes to your mind and how you feel. You don't have to say. You can say more than one word, but I'm just gonna say one word. All right.
All right.
So you ready? This word is it's an acronym, but GOAT.
Greatest of all time.
Okay. All right. I thought you were going to say me. Because that's something you're like, oh, me, of course.
I got the word tatted on me, so it's right here.
That's why I had this word. All right. So the next word is relationships.
Precious. Relationship precious. It's something that you got to hold on to. You always get something from a lot of people, and you never know when you're going to need that person or anything else. So you gotta take real good care of the relationships you have. And some might be good, some might be bad, but there was a reason why the Lord put this person into your life, and for a reason or something. So
yes,
relationship precious.
Nice. All right, sitcom.
Oh man. Oh, Sanford and Son.
Like, that's right, you big dummy. All right. Music.
Oh man, I like all music though. Like, but I would say hip hop.
Okay. How about comedy?
Oh man, Eddie Murphy.
All right. Art.
My wife get me into art now though. We always
nice.
And her thing now is oh man, I don't know. She like what she does now is take a person and she will paint them, and she does hair and stuff too. So she'll put hair on the painting and everything else.
Oh yes, and it looks real.
Well,
would it be like real hair?
But here, you know what? Let me get. I'm in the office, right? I'm gonna show you Shaq. Let me turn the light on real quick.
Okay. You've tuned in to Stay in Your Lane show. Right now, we are chilling with the fastest man in the world, Olympic champ, the GOAT, Maurice Green. I've been working on my DJ voice.
So, hey, look, don't be laughing at my wife's stuff either. But look, here you go.
Hey, wait a minute. Now the basketball looks real though.
No, it is. It's a real little basketball, and then the hair and stuff is real too.
Man, that's a young picture of Shaq.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Shouts out.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Mo Green's wife and her artwork. That's great. That is fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Hey, art.
Who is this one? See if you can recognize it. You probably won't, but I'm
going to say Lil Wayne.
No, Stevie Wonder.
Man, why Stevie neck so small? No, because hey, hold on, let me get my glasses. Because Steve be like this, man. He be like this.
Oh, no, you gotta do this though. Yeah, yeah.
You know what? She got too much hair on them. You know Stevie only got about that much hair back there.
No, but yeah, no, it ain't that much. Look, this is only like 5 strands. You
No, that's great work. That's great. All right, and the last word is love.
family.
Nice,
I love
nice. Now,
my big. I mean, my family is everybody that I trained with, my immediate family, my family that I have now. Like, we're all one big family.
man, that is incredible, man. This has been a great interview. So, what would you like your legacy to be? Meaning, like to your fans, supporters, your friends, family, like myself. What would you want us to know? You know about your purpose in life. What would be your legacy?
My legacy is like, I would just want people to be like, you know what? That was a real guy. He was real cool, and he would help out whoever he had to. That's what I'm here for. I mean, yeah, I've done a lot of great things. I worked hard for it, did some great things, but I mean, I like helping people reach what they want to reach, get to their potential, and just be me.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna front, man. I was very fortunate. I think you started coaching a lot earlier because you coached me to my first USA championships in 2003. And I was so thankful that, thank God, man. I just want to thank you personally on this interview for doing that because you didn't have to do that. And my coach didn't show up, but you stepped right in and you coached me. You and Coach Brahman, y'all helped me get my first title, man. So thank you so much for being you, and just being a great, humble champion. Like a lot of dreams come true.
Look, if I can make him better, that'll make me better. So I got to be on top of my game if I'm helping you out. So that just keeps me sharp, though. So,
Right.
so
But, not everybody does that. A lot of people, when they're on top, they're trying to make sure they're on top. You were very unselfish. You were unselfish.
Selfish people, everything to stay to themselves.
Right.
It's lonely at the top. I like people with me.
Right.
Hey, come on.
Hey,
Why
that's
not?
why I was so, hey, when we won that Olympic gold, I was like, yo, we up there. Yeah, I didn't mean to stay out there so long,
Good.
Now, have you thought about writing a book?
I thought about it. I might write one. I gotta get to a literary agent or somebody who can help me out with it. Let me.
Man. I think, man, if you write a book, I would definitely read it over and over.
Yeah.
And I don't even read.
Mindset of a champion.
Mindset of a champion.
Yeah.
Yes, man. So I was about to ask you that question, but you already just told me. So
that would be the name. That would be the name of it, or the heart of a lion. It's one of those things. That gotta be like something like that, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mo Green, for giving us your time right here on Stay in Your Lane. It will be uploaded on Spotify, and or you can just save the video yourself, or I can send it to you. But thank you for giving me your time and dropping some knowledge for us, man. It's been a treat.
Hey, and I tell everybody out there who watches, just keep working hard. Don't ever give up on your dreams, baby. Anything can happen.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, thank you, Mo. We out, brother.
I'm out.
Peace.